and justice for all.
All right, next then we'll do public input. Anybody here for public input?
Our mics.
Several years ago, we got a company that wanted to service our water lines, electrical. This last week, I just received a letter. They're using the same idea. It really doesn't cover anything if you read it, but now they're using Xcel Energy
Oh,
as their say. I think if you want to, I don't know if anybody else got one, but you may want to read it, and 'cause it really doesn't cover anything as to what they say they're going to when you get into the fine print of the letter. And I know of several people that purchased this agreement that when they used our city logo when it was mailed out. You know, it's inexpensive, $20 a month, but it doesn't cover anything, especially on your sewer line. People were under the estimation that they'd be safe in the wintertime if their lines would freeze and this and that. No, it doesn't. All this thing covers is a broken line. If you read it and read the fine print. And on your electrical, it doesn't cover hardly. It covers your connection up on top, only on aerial cable now. And it will cover from that connection down to your service box where your meter is, but it doesn't cover anything. And it says that in this letter. So it really doesn't cover what it says it's going to cover. So I just thought I'd bring it up. I know we had some troubles with them last time. So it'd be a good thing if you want to check into it, make sure that things are kind of kosher. But to me, it's kind of a waste of $20 a month. I mean, it isn't that expensive, but at the same time, it doesn't. It says, well, we cover $10,000 a year in your services. Not if it's not broken. So, and you know, most of the problems I believe, Bill would probably say, would be frozen lines in the wintertime, and those types of things, and it won't cover that. So, I just thought I'd bring it up, make sure you're aware of it again, that I believe it's the same company, Home Serve, and they're using the Xcel as a mailing of this.
Mike, that's two different companies.
Is it?
Yeah. The one that we sanctioned, the city sanctioned, is from the National League of Cities. This is Excel's own program. So
It is actually from Excel.
No.
I thought
I
it
got the
was
letter
part
This
of
is not
Excel's.
from Excel. This is from Home Serve. But they're using the Excel on their mailing labels here. And it says in the first paragraph or two that they are not affiliated with Excel. So, another one of those mailing.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Yep,
All right.
thanks.
Okay, then we need to review and approve the council agenda.
Move to approve. My mic, I don't think my mic is on, but
We'll have to turn them on.
it says it's on.
Okay, we have a
If you've
motion
got a
and a
display.
second. All in favor?
Right.
Opposed?
Who seconded? I'm sorry. Vic? Okay, thank you.
Then we move on to the consent agenda. Massage Enterprise license.
Move to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll move on to the regular council agenda. And item A is an easement purchase, 15th Avenue Trail, PID 98.60567.0101.
I can run through those for you guys quick here. So all four of these easements are all associated with the 15th Avenue Trail. They go from south to north. So the first one is the theater, where we are buying about 10 feet of right-of-way and then about 15 to 20 feet for us to tie in. The two parcels north of there are currently vacant, and it's zoned to kind of be a transition between commercial and residential. So that's the second one with permanent and temporary easements. 3 is the southernmost house, and 4 is the northernmost house. Those are just temporary easements, nothing permanent from those two. I have easement agreements with all the people, all of the permanent easements. The temporary, one of them is in hand, ready to go. The other one has been a little more elusive. So a little flexibility on potentially on the cost on that last one would be looking for the council, but otherwise, they're good to go.
Anybody have any questions for Dave?
So are you saying this isn't all of them yet? Or this is all of them?
These 4 are all of them, yes.
Motion to approve easement A.
We have, all right, we have a motion and a second to approve the easement purchase, item A. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, then we'll go on to the easement purchase B, 15th Avenue Trail, PID 98.60567.0103 and 98.60567.0104.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the easement purchase. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, then we can move to C. And that's 15th Avenue Trail, PID 98.60867.0210.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a
Sarah,
second
second.
to approve the easement purchase C. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, then we go on to the item D, easement purchase, 15th Avenue Trail, PID 98.60867.0200.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the easement purchase. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Then we'll move on to item E, water meters.
Mayor and council, I'm not going to read all through the whole background. We talked about it at the last meeting, but I'll give you the high. We need to replace about 1,100 water meters that have well over 20 years in our system. And we're hoping to if we plan to fund that through a bond sale that we didn't need this year, next year, roughly around $483,000. That's where the money is going to be coming from to do this. It's a 2-year project. We thought it was a 3-year project when we first budgeted this. So that's good news. The first year, we're looking at putting in about 800 meters. And then the other part of it is an AMI system. So it's basically an automatic meter reading system that'll be tied in to these meters. The homeowner or building owner will be able to go online once this all gets up and running to see what their meter usages are doing. It will also flag high usages. So if an individual now in a quarterly read has a high usage or has a leak in their house, they may not know it for months until after the fact and have run up a big water bill. Some homes this winter had even had a lot of water sitting in their basements from this. So this system will greatly enhance our meter reading. Number one, we don't have to walk to all the houses. So that's all going to be shut down after the 2 years done. So we're proposing to put that in. I've got 3 motions in front of you tonight. One is to purchase the AMI system and get that installed. Second motion is going to be for 800 water meters and readers. And then the last motion is going to be for a company called Midwest Testing to install the meters. If council approves all 3 motions tonight, we will be working with the meter company. I'll get a timeline from the AMI system. That'll be up first. get the meters ordered, work with the testing, or Midwest Testing, the installers. And I think, like I said, the work session, there's a number of different informational letters that'll go out. We're gonna work with Anderson Hughes to do a video. I really want to do a good PR program on this before we ever hit the streets with it, so that the residents know what's coming. It'll be detailed to showing the trucks that these people use, how we're gonna change a meter out in the house. We'll probably do that with my own staff without their faces, but just showing what happens and just try to get that all out there. So, if you have any questions, I'd certainly like to.
Bill, are we replacing every meter in Waite Park?
Not every meter, no, because most of them have been changed over the years, or they're newer.
Well, I think my meter is one you can drive by or walk by. You don't have to read the meter.
Yeah, but we gotta change, we can read yours, I believe, Vic, with this new system, but some have to change out, so.
Well, I make a motion to approve purchase of the meters.
So the first motion would be is
Cost of
for,
$137,000.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
second motion would be for purchasing water meters and readers for
Behind you.
253,000.
We have the money available for it.
Yes, yeah.
I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve purchasing the meters. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And then the last one would be is to hire Midwest Testing to replace and install water meters and readers for a cost of 85,000.
I move to approve as presented.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve Midwest. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Thank you.
All right, and then we move on to the bills.
I'll move to pay the bills. I just noticed that them rental bicycles aren't cheap for what they are they? They're $1,000-something a piece.
Almost 1,100, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
There-
just, I've seen that bill. It's like for 4 of them. It's like,
You had a
I hope
grant
they
to
get
pay for some of
rented.
them. Yeah.
I know there was a grant to pay for it the first
Yeah.
time around.
Yeah.
but-
Bill back St. Joe for half of it.
Oh, so St.
Yeah.
Joe is not also buying for?
No, it's
No.
split.
Oh,
But there's gonna be more news coming. We'll have more information for you at the next council meeting on that whole program. But it's,
because last year when we used them, we had one that really
Bad.
wasn't working well, but I'll move to pay the bills.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to pay the bills. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. So Tony, do you have anything? John? Bill, are you? Dave? Carla? Adrian?
I do.
Oh, good.
We were discussing about council meetings for the rest of the summer, and originally there is supposed to be a council meeting scheduled for August 18th. That is the same night as the Goo Goo Doll concert. So we have a couple options, because I don't know if any of you are going but there's some conflicts, obviously. So either we can move the meeting up to 5:30 to accommodate any concert goers, or we can move the meeting to August 25th.
I would just as soon move the meeting to 5:30 on August 18th.
Okay, I have two different answers then at the moment.
I would say no to that. I'd rather move the date. I don't like changing council meeting times.
Okay,
People get set on that.
Yeah,
It's been
that's
that
true.
way for the last 50, 100 years.
Mhm.
No, I don't like it.
okay, so in agreement to move it to August 25th. Okay,
Perfect.
that's all I had.
Donna?
I don't have anything.
All right, then I need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second?
A motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting adjourned 5:44 PM.